everybody. What's up, team? We're back again in the car on the way home from work. It is 7 days. Day number 7 of my 75 hard fat to fit challenge. Got a little bit of sun glare at the moment. I hope that's not too distracting. But anyways, 1 week down the hatch, and so far, so good. Been pretty consistent with training. Training's been very good. Reading my pages. Diet's been... We've had a few hiccups with the diet, I won't lie. But, again, still trending in the right direction. Very happy with how this challenge is going. I think I'm down about 1.5 kilos-ish on the scale. Which, again, a lot of that's probably like, carbs and water weight and stuff. That's usually what happens the first week you go on a diet, like just tightening things up. Usually when I diet, I take the calories away from carbohydrates. I'm not saying carbs are the enemy by any means, but I like eating my protein. I like eating my fat. So what else is left to budge other than my carbohydrates? But regardless, we've lost a bit of weight. We're still feeling good in the gym. I've actually really been enjoying the daily workouts, which even I'm pretty surprised by. I'm definitely like a 3-day-a-week, full body routine, rest day type man. And I preach that. For anyone watching this, I would probably not advise working out every day, but for the purpose of this challenge, I have set that as one of the rules. If you're gonna work out every day, you definitely gotta be pretty smart with your plan of attack and how you do it. And I'm only doing one 45-minute workout a day. I think the actual 75 hard is like 2 workouts. 1 indoors and at least 1 outdoors, which is that's a lot. There's a fuckload of volume. So I'm only doing 1 workout a day, and I'm pretty well breaking that down into like 1 or 2 compound lifts and 1 or 2 isolation lifts. 8 to 12 reps, definitely not pushing to failure, like within reason, like not to absolute strict muscular failure, but as soon as the form starts slipping, that's when I'll call it. Because again, if I'm pushing shit to failure every single day, that cumulative fatigue will definitely rise and set in pretty quick. So if I want to make this stick for 75 days without absolutely feeling like death and burning myself out, then, I've definitely got to be pretty smart with my routine. But week 1 down, feeling good, feeling strong, which is awesome. Again, focusing on compound movements, I've pretty well taken a full body split and just split it amongst 7 days. Again, if you're watching this, full body training 3 days a week, lift hard, lift with intensity, eat good food. That's all you need. You don't need to be in the gym every day to see great results. But again, I'm just doing this because it's part of the challenge rules and I want to push myself. So yeah, daily workouts, it's been good. Definitely throw a little bit of mobility in there as well. Proper mobility is a workout. Like, I'm not talking just a little bit of stretching and, if I can hold this here for 10 seconds. Like, if you're actually doing mobility work with intention, that shit is a workout as well. So, again, my workouts usually look about 30 minutes of lifting and 10 to 15 minutes of intentional mobility. And that's pretty well been seeing me pretty well. Like, I'm moving really good at the moment. Been reading consistently. Again, I sort of left my book at home, back at like my home place. I've been spending a few nights at the missus this week. So I was reading the Tao Te Ching, which I downloaded off of the internet somewhere, just to give me something to read for the day. I'll probably pick that back up again every now and again. Don't ask me why the Tao Te Ching. I've just been reading a bit about the spirituality stuff, and old Mr. Lao Tzu. And the Tao Te Ching is a pretty highly regarded spiritual piece of literature. So, and it was available for download for free online, so I gave it a whirl. But I am reading Tim Ferriss at the moment, Tools for Titans. Very good read. I'm really enjoying this book. It's basically Tim Ferriss, a pretty famous like podcaster dude. I actually don't listen to him. This was a book recommended to me by my father, by my dad. Shout out, old man. But it's pretty well his little snippets of all the people he's interviewed, and he's interviewed like athletes and doctors and scientists and, you know, people pretty well renowned on the the world stage. And it's basically a little highlight reel of all his interviews that he's had with some of the top performing people on the planet, and sort of what they do and their habits and their practices and basically the tools they use each day to be the best fucking version of themselves. And I'm really enjoying it. It's a big book. This is probably the thickest book I've ever read, and you know, I look forward to reading the pages. It starts out with some pretty inspirational shit from Arnold Schwarzenegger, so I was already hooked from, you know, the first page. Arnold Schwarzenegger is like my childhood hero and idol. It's time to look out. So yeah, you know, I was off to a really good foot on that book. Really excited to read pages. Still got to do my pages today. But I've been very consistent with my reading, which is awesome. Reading, very good habit to have. One I sort of got a bit lazy with last year, but feels good to be reading again. You know, I'm actually really learning a lot from this book. Highly recommend. I'll probably have to do a little book. Oh, fucking hell, we're going up the off-ramp. We're going up the off-ramp. Shit. But yeah, no, very, very much enjoying this book. Highly recommend for anyone looking to sort of, I don't know, level up how they do life. Even on shit, you know, I thought I was pretty well versed on as far as like training and diet and stuff. Like, obviously there are people out there plenty more knowledgeable than me, and I'm soaking up all their information. Fucking hell, this dude just cut it right in front of me. Oh, Honda drivers, man. Anyways, enjoying that. And yeah, that's pretty well the week in review. Looking forward, Easter's out of the way now. I definitely did not have a perfect Easter, but, you know, 80-20 rule, I was still pretty on point for most of the weekend. And yeah, one of my big personal wins was catching up at the pub with a friend I haven't seen in a while, and I did not touch the piss, which, that's a big one for me. I know, like, alcohol is my, like, that's my vice. You know, people, as far as, like, you know, naughty stuff to do, like, I can control myself pretty well with diet, with other substances, which I won't really mention here, but I'm sure you can get where I'm saying with this. But alcohol is the one, like, I really have to be active-minded if I want to refrain myself from drinking. I'm definitely someone that struggles to, stop at 1 or 2. I won't hide that there. So the fact that I went to the pub, and even when I was walking in, I was like, fuck, man, I could really, I could go for a beer. And I was honestly half like, it's lunch, I'll have 1 beer, how's it gonna hurt? But as per the rules of this 75 hard challenge, no booze. And no booze was consumed. So I take that as a huge win. Felt good, felt awesome walking out of the pub. Had me surf and turf rump steak lunch special, like a banger. If anyone's in the Brizzy area, the Greenbank RSL does the best lunch rumps. Cheap and affordable too. They've gone up a little bit in price recently, which is a shame, but they used to do them for $13.90, which is phenomenal price. And they are cooked to perfection. Mash and veggies, again, don't eat fries, guys. Fries is a lies. Go for the mash and veg. Anyways, that's well over 10 minutes. I'm gonna stop rambling here, and I'm about to pull in the driveway, so this camera's probably gonna fall over. But anyways, guys, week 1 done. Let's get week 2. I'll see you in the next one.